Yeah. It's interesting you said that about like the Messiah syndrome about every single idea I have is going to save the world, all that stuff. I was actually thinking about this the other day, interestingly, because I definitely can relate to that. I can relate to that. But at the same time, I was thinking about it, and it's kind of shifted over where it was almost like initially for me, it was like a perverted sense of, if God gives me an idea, I want to strive for excellence with it because he gave it to me and it matters, even if 5 people see it. But the perverted sense of that was, God gave this to me and I'm going to do this. And then you make the assumption, oh, God asked me to start a podcast. That means I'm going to get 1 million views on my first one that I do, which that's an assumption we make. But there is something to be said about it, that excellence of like, the same level of importance you would put if you were like, this idea is going to save the world, and so you put all this stuff in there, shifting that over to still that same level of tenacity and passion, but going like, but God gave this to me. It's important. And he gave it to me. And I want to foster this. I want to honor it well. But man, that doing it from a place of rest, man, that's a big one. Like that's huge.
Yeah, and I'd say I'm still working on this every day. You can ask my wife. We have 5 daughters, and we're trying to manage a multi-million-dollar business and even a huge vision. And it's like, and a team and staff and kids, and it's still not easy. But that's the biggest highlight he's showing me is like, and even when I was in corporate America and I saw, you always look at the corporate ladder, like you look at your in sales, the people who are making 6 figures or making. I got to 6 figures and I see the people above me and I'm like, I don't even want their life. They're divorced, they're unhappy. Like they're just all focused on work only.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, and I didn't even want that. It's like,
yeah. No, I hear you. And how do you, $1 million question, Eric, how do you do things from a place of rest? Cause you could say that and people are like, okay. Yeah. Okay. Do it from a place of rest. But they're like, there's still the reality is that they're not restful, even if they're like, okay, in theory, I love what you're saying, but so how does someone get to that place?
Yeah, I think it's really just like taking a step back and really being able to stay in the moment and stay in a place of where you're like, okay, God, thank you. I think it's like, and some people say this is kind of like woo woo, but it's like gratefulness and thankfulness. It is really powerful. Yeah, and the thing is, God created everything. So when we're in a place of gratefulness and just like being thankful, like, God, thank you, I'm on Elijah Fire. Thank you, it's my birthday tomorrow. I'm on Elijah Fire. You gave me a booth here at NRB. I'm going to be meeting amazing people. Thank you for who I'm going to meet tomorrow. And you're just in a place where you're just constantly in thanks and giving. God is opening the gates for you to receive more, to bless you more, because he's it says, the Bible says that if you're faithful with little, he'll give you more. So, and thankfulness is the gateway, is the highway to get more closer to God. So when you're in that place, and then also just like, being present, being thankful, and being just in a place where you're like, man, God, like every morning, even sometimes when life's not as good, it's like you only have $100 in the bank account and you're like, all right, God, thank you for this $100. Like, do we need to sow this 100 into someone, or like whatever? It's like this, like, no matter, it's like Paul, whether he was shipwrecked, or he was in prison just singing and they ended up opening the chains. It's like, if you can be in that place, and, Paul is a great person. Jesus, is a great person, obviously, that modeled it. Jesus was, crucified, he'll spit on. And then while he's on the cross, he's basically just like looking to the man next to him saying, hey man, you want to come up to the mansion with me? And he's just like, and he could be in a place like, dude, forget these Jews, forget all these people spitting on me. Why did I come here for the Jews? And they're just like, they're just crucifying me and, like talking down on me. And he's just like, Father, forgive them, And so it's just like, no matter your circumstance, God's not going to always give you a circumstance where you're on a beach, you're on a yacht and everything's, you have a 6-pack and you can eat, donuts all the time and have a perfect life,
If only, man, if only in heaven.
Maybe in heaven, yeah.
In heaven, yeah, absolutely. Eating light donuts.
Yeah, light donuts.
Made of lights.
Yeah. So, but here on earth, I mean, it's not going to always be perfect. You're going to have, you're going to have all sorts of crazy circumstances sometimes.
Yep, absolutely.